Think meditation is hard? Do me a favor. Take a slow, deep breath in, and now breathe out. Congratulations. You just meditated. Hi, I'm Krystal Jakosky, and this is Breathe In, Breathe Out, a weekly mindfulness and meditation podcast for anyone ready to own their own shit and find a little peace while doing it. Hello, and welcome back to Breathe In, Breathe Out. I'm Krystal Jakosky, and I love being here. This is my happy place, and I'm really glad that you are here with me in my happy place. I really sincerely thank you. If you have thoughts or ideas of things that you would love for me to share, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or through my website, krystaljakosky.com. I love hearing from you. I love your input. I love knowing what you want to hear about or insights that you would love to receive. So reach out and let me know how I can help you. This week, I want to talk a little bit about how to tell people thanks. I appreciate that, but I really don't need it. Leave me alone. There are times that we struggle. There are times that we are so under the gun, tied down, burdened, stressed out. We feel like we're tied to the railroad tracks and the train is barreling towards us at warp speed. We have these moments where we are just overwhelmed in life. Sometimes they're very small, and a hug or a kind word or somebody supporting us is unbelievably fantastic and beautiful. And it's simple things. It's really simple things that can go a really long way because we're a little bit off, but we're largely doing just fine. And then there are those moments that we really honestly don't know what we need, don't know how to get out of where we're at. And we need a little bit of help, but we don't really know what help we need. Some of us are verbal processors, and we really just need a moment to talk through what's going on. And in talking through it, we find answers and we find growth and we get inspired with, oh my gosh, this is where I need to be and this is what I can do. And this is fantastic. And sometimes we are seeking advice from others. Other times we just need people to listen to us. And the thing is that the people that we're talking to, the people that we're telling us our challenges and our weights and our upsets to, they're often people that we love and trust. And it would be absolutely normal if we're asking them for advice and support. We trust them. They love us. We love them. It just works out really well that we have that beautiful connection with them. And yet, when we're talking to them about how to improve our situation, there are people that say, well, you need to do this, or you should do that. They're telling us what they think we need to do. And sometimes it's really helpful. Sometimes it is absolutely easier for somebody outside of our situation to see possible solutions and possible steps to move forward and have a fantastic state of being. In the same aspect, they're not necessarily living our experience, and they don't fully know what balm can heal our souls. They're looking at it through their view, through their filters, through, well, if I was in that situation, how would I deal with it? And what would I do to fix it, to make it better? When we just need someone to listen, number one, we can actually say, can you just listen? And that goes back to my podcast a while back about fix it or listen. There have been plenty of times in my life where I have been struggling and irritated and overwhelmed and needed a little bit of just love and support. Maybe I just needed someone to sit with me. And yet I have a lot of beautiful people around me who wanted to bless me with their thoughts and their opinions. Their intentions have always been very kind and very true. They always mean well, and it comes from their hearts, which is such a gift that I am so very grateful for. I love knowing that they sincerely hope to see me regain my stamina, my joy. They genuinely want to contribute to my improvement and my well-being, which that's what I do to other people. They are literally mirroring back to me what I do and who I am. That is the relationship that we have. The relationships we have with others are a mirror on the relationships we have with ourselves. So when I'm helping them, then they turn around and they help me. It's a beautiful thing. But when the advice is given through their personal lens of what would help them, applying it to my situation can feel a little bit like building IKEA furniture solo without any instructions. You have all of these little things, all of these little tidbits, but where do they go? How do they connect? How can I really truly use them? Or maybe it feels like using super glue to close a gaping wound that needs stitches. Yeah, it can be possible. It can be helpful. And yet it's not always the best course of action. Sometimes you need a different solution. I often find that I need to go inside. I need to check with my own mental self, my physical self, my emotional self, and see, what am I experiencing? And how do I help me? Nobody else can do that for us. Nobody else can actually tune into our experience. I am not having their literal experience. Yes, I may have experienced loss, but I haven't had their life experiences and then lost what they've lost. So I may be able to relate on some level, and yet I cannot relate on their exact level. So saying I know what you're going through doesn't necessarily work. And yet I may be able to support in a different way and say, yeah, this helped me. They don't have to take my advice. Sometimes advice is not even solicited or wanted. And when it comes down to ourselves, we're the only ones that can really figure it out. So I usually need quiet. I usually need blissful time without expectations and responsibilities, where I can tune in and ask, what do I want to do? What do I need to do? How can I get off the railroad tracks? Do I need somebody to help untie me so that I can get there? I have to tune into my own needs, my own hopes. And when I check in with people because I need to verbally process something, and they are so lovingly, kindly, from their own generous point of view, trying to help me improve. And when they start saying, you should do this, you should do that, I know how to fix your problem, I have the ability to say, I really appreciate your suggestions. I'll put it in my bucket. I'll roll that around and I'll see if it applies. I'll see if I can use that. Or I can say, I really appreciate your concern and I promise to check in. And if there's anything that you can do to help me, I'll let you know. Right now, I just need you to listen. Or I can say, I really hear your love and I am so grateful to have you in my corner. Thank you for sharing. I'll get back to you. You don't have to take every bit of advice. You don't have to stand there and listen. Sometimes people get into it because they don't know what else to do. They want to help. They don't know how to help. And just letting them know that listening is helping. Being present and being that friend is helping. Reminding them that, yeah, I need a little support. This is my experience. And I'm really glad that that worked for you. I'll let you know what finally works for me. There are wonderful ways to let people know you just need them to hear you for a moment. You just need them to be present. And you're grateful for their concern without being annoyed and frustrated that you should. You should. Shoulds don't necessarily help. And if we're on the other side of it, where you're listening to a friend and this friend is struggling and they need a little support, you can ask them, do you want me to just listen or would you like my advice? And if they want your advice, then you can say, hey, well, this worked for me, or maybe this, and offer it as a possibility instead of telling them how to live their lives. We all have the opportunity to choose. We all have the opportunity to learn and grow. And what works for one may or may not work for another. Being present, being there is the biggest gift that we can give to each other. Thank you and no thank you when someone's giving it to you. And do you need me to fix it or do you just want me to listen? Can go so far when it comes to being the person giving the support in that moment. Take care of yourselves. Know that this is your journey and you have the answers. You just have to tune in and seek and find what is it that will make things better for me in this moment. Do I need someone's advice? Do I need someone to listen? How can I take care of me to move forward and live an even better, more happy, joyful life? Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next week here on Breathe In, Breathe Out. I hope this moment of self-care and healing brought you some hope and peace. I'm Krystal Jakosky on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I hope you check us out and follow along for more content coming soon. I look forward to being with you again here on Breathe In, Breathe Out. Until next time, take care.